I was once very close with this beautiful tantric Baba who had a little hut high in the Himalayas named Amarnath Baba. And he was a student of one of the immortal Himalayan masters, Sundarnath Baba. And one day I was hanging out with this Baba, and some Western people had just visited him and left the room. And one was a beautiful Western girl. And for some reason, the Baba asked me, he said, promise not to sleep with that girl in the future. And I don't know how likely that ever was to be, and it was an unusual request for him. He wasn't um, repressed or uptight or moralistic about that sort of thing. But he made this request, and somehow I couldn't find it in my conscience to make a promise to him. Like, why should I bind myself with this promise? You know? So that spurred him to tell me this story. It's kind of an allegorical story. There was once this guru, he had three big disciples, and he called them in to test them. And he gave them a scenario. He said, okay, say you're walking home through the forest and you find a bag of gold, and you know that you could, without any consequence, keep this bag of gold if you choose. What would you do? And the first disciple was very prim and proper and said, "Oh, Baba, God is always looking, and I will do the right thing. I will take the gold and bring it to the authorities and see if they can track down the rightful owner." The Guru said, "You are an idiot. This is completely wrong." And so the second disciple heard that and knew he had a better, different answer. So he said, "Oh, Baba, I know that if this gold is in front of me, it must be my karma, and that like God is giving it to me. So I will gratefully accept the gold and use it to do good things." And he also said, "You are also an idiot. This is not the right answer." Then he called the third disciple. Of course, the third disciple, the right answer is always last in these stories. So third disciple said, "Baba, how do I know what I'm going to do in the future? It will depend on all the circumstances and my intuition bearing on me at the time. I might be hungry or not hungry, in need of money or not in need of money. I might feel something in my heart that tells me to take the gold or not the gold. And so for me to say now what I would do is something of a, wishful thinking or an illusion or not real." And so, of course, he got the pat on the back and said, "This is the real answer. Each circumstance is different, and our state of strength, weakness, intuition, temptation, all these things are different in each circumstance. So what's real is you don't know." So just saying, there's so many like hypothetical things we put through our heads. What would we do if this happened? What would we do if that happened? You don't know. So that's my yogi story for today.